Hello there everyone, this is Soulsword17 here. Let me first like usual. I own this picture is not a paid video. Alright, okay. So this is gonna be a quick video because I just woke up and I have ideas for this. I'm gonna say this is right after the whole entire Zabuza fight. During the during the time period when he's training. Jiraiya does not know about this. He already got, he's already summoned the Ganbuto. No, this is like before the Forest Train, so Naruto, did return to his house. Some people tried to kill Naruto. And they're going to, succeed almost. But Sephiroth from Final Fantasy VII, he decided to... Hold on, everyone, sorry. Alright, everyone, I'm back. Sorry. Had to eat some breakfast. Well, really was lunch. It was my lunch, but it was also my breakfast. French fries! So, yeah. Anyways. There's how can I say this? So basically, Sephiroth dies. He when he became God, he realized there was multiple realities, and so when he died, just so Advent children could happen, he left pieces of himself, in the live stream. He does what he does in Advent, for Advent children, but he also scattered himself throughout the whole entire, the whole entire multiverse and realities and all that, just so he finds somebody to basically come back and give his power to. And so this is where Naruto comes into play. So yes, so Sephiroth is in Naruto's world. Mako energy does exist. The ninja world does not know how to use it or what it is. They just call it. They don't even have much experience with it. But they only have enough to the point where they can go into the live stream. I mean, into the the Mako energy or the live stream of the planet, and get some really good materials out of it. That's all. So yeah. Anyways, this is where this is just what Naruto became Sephiroth. Alright? Okay. Also, it's 12:11, so I did not plan to stay up till 6 o'clock in the morning. I was planning to fall asleep right after my What If was, uploaded, so around 3 something, or 2. But yeah, anyways, school starts tomorrow, so I'm gonna try to get done with as many what ifs as I can, but I can only get done with probably maybe this one and the next Issei one. And then maybe the Rinakun route Virgil thing. But I'm going to have to watch the next episodes of Blue Exorcist because I need to remember. So yeah. Anyways, this is basically, yeah, I already said it. Part 1. Alright, so Naruto is running away from the Jonins of the Hidden Leaf Village. He says, Why are they still after me? What? Come on. I became a ninja just like them. So why are they after me still? And, there's only 3 Jonins. They're basically just recent became, but they were not, hired. They just want to kill Naruto because of 1. He's not tells them 2. They don't want him to get more powerful and become a Chunin. And that's why. It says, there's the brat, get him! So, one of them throws a kunai at him. and it misses. But another one did throw shurikens, and they hit Naruto. So it hit him one in the back of the leg and in the back. So next thing you know, they're able to catch him, and he goes, "Why? Why me?" He asked them. He goes, "Because." And one of the guys says, "Because we can't let you become any stronger now, can we, demon?" And he just says, already, he's just saying to himself, "They still call me a demon? There's a lot of good people in the village." And, people have been accepting him already. They, have been, been kinder to him, have accepted him, and these guys just don't like it. Let's just say there's a certain person in the village that has been getting close to Naruto, and these guys like that person. And she is she's basically 2 years older than Naruto. And she's already Jonin level. But they're just friends. I'm not going to, say anything else but that. Anyways. And so, they do it out of jealousy too. And one guy just takes out kunai and is about to, about to kill Naruto. For good. But this is when Sephiroth intervenes. Basically, he says, he's he's in a live stream, he's seeing what's happening. And he just says, so they hurt this boy because of what? He has something inside of him? He's a monster to them? He basically is nothing more than a child who was given power, and yet he's using it to still protect his friends and everyone else. Sorry, I know Sephiroth is supposed to be cold a little bit, have a cold, dead voice sometimes. That's what it sounds like to me. But he sounds like he has a he's dead, but has a little bit of perk to it. I don't know. I'm trying to put a spin on Sephiroth. Saying through he's been watching Naruto for his whole entire life, and he's changed. His personality has changed in this one. Since he watched Naruto, he's a little bit more open to his feelings, and because he said Naruto will be his next. Naruto will gain his powers, and maybe he can also have him being with him, but just not trying to take control of him. His original plan was to take control of Naruto and bring this world to despair. But he sees how Naruto's life sucked, so he basically decided to change his, watch Naruto and maybe, learn from Naruto and change his personality a tiny bit. Just to be, a little bit more, just have a little more life in his voice and consider Naruto, a good successor, and he does any good person to give his power to, or successor wise, basically. I'm not fully awake, anyways. So he decides to open up a hole underneath Naruto, and basically what happens is this hole goes all the way to the life. This hole's basically right underneath Naruto before the guy could even get to him. Even try to point his kunai and Naruto's neck or face or whatever. The ground splits open and Naruto falls through it. But the guy who's about to kill him suddenly stopped and what the heck? Why did the ground do that? And it's staying open. They're seeing a green light coming from it. And they're thinking, no way. The live stream. We gotta go get the third Hokage. As they do. And this was outside the village. So, after the whole entire incident, third Hokage knows. He tells the team to get ready for a expedition to get Naruto. And they do. No, the people already get ready. The people don't like I said, the people are starting to come to Naruto, as like treating him nicely. There are still some who don't like him. This like team doesn't like Naruto, but they don't want him to die. Like they they did, but they came around to liking Naruto to the point where they are okay with him living. They don't want him to die. And so like this team gets ready real quick, and they're like going out there, and they don't. And plus they know the life stream can kill someone like easily. So when the three Jonis come over and just staying there. I mean, just come to him and tells him about the life stream. The third Hokage says you tried to kill Naruto Uzumaki, and for that, you're you have a punishment. But they say he's a demon. He goes, no, he's not. He's a ninja of the Hidden Leaf Village, and you do well to remember that while you're in prison for the next 30 years. Which they go, what? And so they get their punishment. Danzo, in this one, has never wanted to treat Naruto like a weapon. He wanted to, he has keeping his eye on Naruto, not for the Ninetales, but for Naruto's sake. Not personally, but with the Root Ninjas. So they reported to Danzo about this. Danzo, he gets over to where the ground split when at the same time when Hiruzen and his team get there. But while this all was happening, Naruto was going through the life stream, flowing through it, and he hears a voice. He goes, huh, "You're welcome for saving your life, kid." And he goes, oh, who's there? Where am I? He was like, "Oh, you're in the life stream of the planet. Mako, if you ever heard of it." I was, yeah, I think so. Anyways, I'm here to give you power. Power beyond anything. But what's gonna happen, I want Naruto to have his hair turn to Sephiroth's, but not long or anything, just have it goes into this color or silver color. But then have it, him get the long hair over time. And so he says, I'm here to give you power because your life pretty much sucked so far. I'm not gonna lie, kid. I mean, I thought my life sucked. I was trying to be a warrior for a electric company. He goes, what? Naruto just open his eyes. He sees the Mako flowing and everything, and then he doesn't see no one. As then suddenly, Sephiroth appears and right in front of him. Illusion of him. He goes yeah, believe it or not, they had a freaking army, and basically, I was made from a being called Genova, and she was bringing the cataclysm to the world. No, I was not really a part of this. How can I say? One of these, there was a being that could bring us to a promised land, and I was not one of those people. Well, my mother wasn't. So, hey. And he goes, wait, what? How did you? I was like, oh, well, after I died, I kind of was able to do some research. There was a memory of the planet knows what happened, so I went through the memories of the planet, basically. And I saw my past, and I was like, so I went through all of that for nothing. I was not even able to bring anyone to the promised land. I was just okay. I went crazy because of dumb information. Good for me. Yay, I died because of that. Wow. All that was for nothing. I still gotta play the part of the villain then. Alright, whatever. And that's what he told Naruto. Naruto goes yeah, he also kind of explained everything too. So I was like, wow, that sucked for you. He was like, yeah, I know. We're kind of somewhere in that way. He was like, what? He was, well, for once, I mean, for one thing, it doesn't seem like you don't want to be treated like a monster. I mean, don't want to be treated. I didn't want to be treated much as a hero, but hey, you gotta do what you gotta. It happens, right? You gotta do what you gotta do, and then stuff happens. It's like, yeah. Anyways, so I'm going to give you my powers. You have an unlimited supply of Mako energy. You'll have all my knowledge. Plus, I'll be inside your head. Your subconscious, so we can talk. Plus, you'll get my one wing. It's pretty much, I would call. I mean, people called me when I was fighting them, saying he looked like the one-winged angel, and I just went with that. So wait, Naruto goes, wait, what? You were fighting people and they said that mid-combat? I was like, yeah. They're really weird, but hey, I went with the one-winged angel. You'll be the next one-winged angel. Also, you'll be able to get, like I said, spells. Your physical ability will be increased. Also, you'll most likely get Genova cells into you, so you'll be able to do illusions, telekinesis, and much, much more, kid. You'll be able to still use your chakra, don't worry. It just may be unlimited supply, too, so be careful. Alright, kid? And Naruto nods, and he goes, what do I have to do? He's like, oh, nothing, just stand there. Just like float there. He's like, wait, why? He goes like, because this. Then Sephiroth like touches Naruto and he's disappearing. Like Naruto starts to scream out in pain and change. His body is getting more fit. He's not getting taller. His hair turns silver, and he gets all knowledge of Sephiroth's life. So he understands everything. Like, what Sephiroth is talking about. And plus, I'm kind of making him be able to summon at least 2 beings from Final Fantasy. But he needs the Mako, so the materia. He needs the materia for it. And it's not gonna be the whole, but it's only gonna be 2 summons, but it's not gonna be the meteor one. Not yet. He can do that easily without it. I'm making it. Plus, Sephiroth absorbed it, so he's able to do it without it. Anyways, though, as what happens next is like his hair change, his eye color goes from blue and have green in it. The Nine-Tailed Fox is even like he meets Sephiroth. He goes like, "Who are you?" He goes like, "Oh, didn't you hear me? I'm Sephiroth. It's nice to meet you. So you're the kid's monster that's been sealed inside of him, huh?" He goes, "What if I am?" He goes like, "Well, you've been making his chakra flow be crap, making me treat like a monster." He goes like, "I did do none of that." He goes like, no, calm down, jeez. I want to make I know this is like several, just like I said, his personality changed. And now here comes the original. I think I'm gonna try and make the original Sephiroth. He goes, "Now then," as in like Nine-Tailed Fox is kind of shut. He was like, "I need you to shut it, please, and let me tell you something." And so Sephiroth tells the Nine-Tails what's gonna happen to Naruto, and that Naruto will be a lot more stronger than most people. Heck, he'll be able to probably, in the next couple of years, if Naruto trains his body way more than most people, he'll probably be able to cut through steel, metal with ease. more than anyone could ever see. And so, Kurama, kind of terrified by this a little bit, decides to maybe give Naruto some chakra whenever he needs it without complaining, and be nice to him for a little bit now on. So yeah, so while this was all happening, Hiruzen, that part with the three guys that tried to kill Naruto, Hiruzen, Danzo, and then they arrive, basically. And Danzo says, "You're here for Naruto too, huh?" To Hiruzen, basically Hiruzen nods yes. So everyone's getting their gear ready. As then all of a sudden, I technically wanted to have Naruto disappear for 7 days, but the Chunin exams are happening, so I can't do that. And so Naruto, no, I'll make it better. He disappears for 7 hours. So they're searching for Naruto, for 7 hours, and he's not transforming. He's just standing there because of, Sephiroth says there are certain items here that you are going to need. Because these are gifts to me from you. From me to you, basically. And he was like, what? And so he was able to make copies of 2 summons. So Naruto goes over to them. He finds the red spears while he's floating in the Mako energy in the live stream. He finds them in Syria. He says one of them is the Leviathan, and the other one is Shiva. The one from Final Fantasy 7 with turns everything to ice. So yeah. He was like, thanks. Wait, how they're able to cross through dimensions? They live on another dimension of their own. And he goes, oh yeah. So basically Naruto grabs him, and then he goes back to where he can sense someone's chakra, so he follows it out of the live stream, and everyone was like going through it for 7 hours. They had to take breaks too because too much exposure to the Mako energy would have get poison to them. Their suits were their diamond suits were not 100% protected, or at least a 95% chance. 95. It was able to protect them from the Mako energy or something. Basically, so they wouldn't get Mako poison or die. So what happens next is Naruto is able to get one guy though stayed down, went back in after a little bit of a break, and he was searching for Naruto, and he found he sees someone floating swimming to him, as then he goes hi to the guy, as he was like. Because he doesn't understand, how someone's swimming through this, it's nothing. Heck, how is he even able to talk? And he says, is that the way out? And he goes, he just nods his head, like, oh, cool, follow me. Alright then. He goes, but, then he hears him say, wait, I'm looking for Naruto Uzumaki. And, Naruto's hair, basically went silver and got a little longer. Not too much long. He was like, oh, well, that's me. Come on. Naruto still is attaining his personality, but it's gonna become a lot colder to people, to regular people. His attitude is gonna be a lot colder soon, and he knows this. So he's trying to enjoy his basically his personality is until then. So yeah. So he gets out of the hole. He gets out of the Mako energy and able to get back up to everyone. And Hiruzen and Danzo are shocked to see this. See Naruto. They basically ask, but Hiruzen asks, Naruto, what happened to you? I was like, oh, well, here's the thing, Hiruzen. I think he explains what Sephiroth done to him. He goes, that's it. And I got these cool, like, two things called materia. It's summonings. He said, what? He goes, yeah, I don't know how I'm able to do it since I don't have a weapon to put them into, or gear or something. As Sephiroth just says, oh yes, hold out your hand up to the skies. And so, a big giant sword, basically is summoned by him. Basically the katana. His, the Masamune. He's able, he basically summoned it. But here's the thing. Even though it has, the material he gained are very small. Like, they're like marbles. And so, he basically, grabbed the Masamune and, turned it around to see that, he grabbed it and then he, like, turned it, like, to his, so he could face it, and is like, look at it, basically. But he sees, like, on, like, the grip of it, there's, like, two, like, there's supposed to be, like, two little holes. As then he goes, oh, cool, as he puts them in there. And so, his personality, he can already feel his old self not being around no more. And so, he tells Hiruzen and Danzo and everyone there that he is not going to be his old self anymore. And they go, why? He goes, like, he can feel his, everything changing. His personality, his thought process, it's going to be gone. But it'll still be him, though. So do not worry. As then, they can already tell his even manner of speaking is changing. As then, he does say about the sword. I'm only about 14, almost 14 years old, and this sword is not even that heavy to me already. This will be quite interesting. And he just, like, looks at Hiruzen and says, what about the 3 men that, almost tried to kill me? He said, and, Hiruzen does say, they've been arrested and put into jail for 30 years. He goes, really? Interesting. I thought you would give them the death penalty. Oh well. Let's go back to the village. As, Hiruzen and Danzo are not, and everyone else is not questioning him. They can already tell he's way more probably powerful than them. And so he just walks. And this was like during that time before, like, after they, gave the papers to the people to get into the Chunin exams, that all happened normally. Like, they have that, like, that month. They have, like, that month period to at least train a little bit, and then, go right into the Chunin exams. And so, Naruto's gets back into the village with the Masamune. And just everyone's shocked about this. Naruto's holding, a very long sword. And he looks totally different. They don't know what to think. Hiruzen and Danzo are right behind him too. So it's like, what the heck do we do? Sort of moment people are thinking. So yeah. Danzo, was thinking about how Naruto's, mannerism and his speech, even his, like, walk is different. So, he doesn't know what to do. He's lost in thoughts, along with Hiruzen. But Naruto opens up his mouth and says, Hiruzen, Danzo, I can already tell that you're thinking of what happened to me. Besides I already told you, you're trying to think of what's gonna happen to me. It's basically simple. Nothing else. But I must admit, this is gonna be somewhat getting used to. Could you inform Kakashi and the Chunin exams, teachers or referees or something you have to inform them about. And Hiruzen says, of course. What about your teammates? He says, I'll go see them myself. After all, that's what a good teammate does, right? Is he's nods. Hiruzen nods. Then he asks about is there like a sheath for that, to put the sword in. He goes, oh, I don't know for sure. As then all of a sudden, like Sephiroth inside says, "Of course there is. I just never put it into it. But hey, you can do it. Just think about it going right onto it." So Naruto thinks about the sheath, as it basically covers the whole entire blade, and yeah, which everyone shot. So basically, he just carried it around like by the sheath, and nobody wants to stop him. No one. Rumors are spread about Naruto has changed. They don't know what it is, like, but some people like it. Some people don't, cause he looks. They think it's the Nine Tails, but then when they get to see Naruto, they don't see any features in the Nine Tails, like any like red chakra or anything. It's just that's how it's gonna be. But yeah, so Naruto goes all the way over to Sasuke first. And, everything about them wasn't similar, but now it's gonna be totally different. And Sasuke, hears Naruto knocking, and he walks over to Naruto. This is like when it happened, the whole entire attack happened in the afternoon, so it's like at night now. Like it was like 1, so it's like 8, and, Sasuke's like, who is it? As he opens up the door, and he sees Naruto right in front of him, but he goes, who are you? He's like, it's me, Naruto Uzumaki, Sasuke. And Sasuke goes like, Naruto? Like, he's wearing the same clothes as Naruto. His hair, his eyes are different. He has a sword in his hand. And he goes, no. What happened to you? As Sasuke has generally concern for Naruto. And he smiles. I was like, it's a long story, but I just wanted to show you I changed. Probably for the better for us. Sakura's still not gonna like me. But who cares? I don't need someone like her in my life anyways. As this is kind of shocking to Sasuke. Why is that? Because then he looks at Sasuke and says, well, Sasuke, you know how Sakura feels about you. That's why. She's madly in love with you, and doesn't even see my existence, only as an annoyance. She probably said something along the lines of that. I don't have any parents, so I don't know what's right or wrong. How to treat people right, blah blah blah. And it's been like, good if I, just that. It would be so good if I just disappeared too, right? Sasuke, Sakura did say that. When Naruto was like left, she finally said that, and Kakashi wasn't around, but Sasuke knows, and he kind of like yelled at her for it, but basically he just says, yeah, she already did say that, and Naruto smiled at this a little bit. He goes, oh, interesting. Seems I already knew it, but anyways, I just wanted to show you my new look. Also, I'm way more stronger than you. This is basically Sasuke, gets a little bit. He was about to, get a little bit irritated, but the way Naruto looks and his eye color, he doesn't know for sure. So he was like, "Really, I would like to see you in action sometime." He goes, "No problem." All right, say it, Sasuke. And then basically the whole time massacre did happen. You guys are wondering. So yeah, but Danzo did not take the eyes. The massacre happened. He did not want the eyes. Shinsui, though, and Itachi and Sasuke are the only Uchihas around. So Sasuke's been living with Shinsui, and he told Sasuke about the plans for the Uchihas. He doesn't hate the village. He basically went to the Hokage with Shinsui, and he explained it, thoroughly, basically all of it to Sasuke, and Sasuke did get a grasp of it. of like what was gonna like what the Uchihas were going to do. Like even Donzo was there, and he even could have said it had to be done, even though he did not want it to be. So yeah. So anyways, so Naruto goes over to Sakura's house, and Sakura's mother, answers it instead of her, and she goes, "Who are you?" I was like, "My name is Naruto Uzumaki, ma'am. I'm only here to see my teammate to show her my look. What has, I changed." And, basically she sees the sword in hand, sheathed and everything, and though she knows who Naruto looks like, and she goes, "Naruto, what happened?" He goes like, "Easy." As he just says Mako energy, Mako, the lifestream, power, it changes. She's, doesn't, know, but Sakura's mom and this one knows what Sakura has done to him. So she says, "I'm, deeply sorry for my daughter's behavior around you." And, well, he basically just says, "It's no problem at all. Hey, I'm not bothered by it anymore, man. It's alright." So she gets Sakura. Sakura sees Naruto, and she doesn't believe it. He's totally different. So, he basically says, "So, Sakura, do you still think I'm useless?" She goes, "Yeah." He goes, "Really?" "Well, just to tell you, I have a thing called magic. And chakra, also. I'm way more powerful than you in physical strength-wise, so how am I useless when you can't even do a single thing right on the team?" And she goes, "What, did you just come here to insult me?" He goes, "No, to show you my new look. And before you even get a chance to insult or do anything, I'm not in love with you no more. I realize that. So, if you're gonna get yourself killed, it's your fault." As he basically leaks. Sakura, doesn't know this, but Naruto's been protecting her, through some stuff. Like, what's gonna happen, when Naruto's protecting Sakura is going to happen. Like, he's still gonna do it. That part of him won't change. That's what Sephiroth did not change. He just made Naruto just not love her. Like, he's gonna protect her because she's, she's in front of him, and he's gonna, protect her. He's not going to, abandon a comrade. Unlike Sakura would, for Naruto, she would abandon him for Sasuke easily. But in this one, I'm gonna have it where Sakura's fallen in love with Naruto, and she's gonna try to chase after him instead of Sasuke, and but then she'll realize what she did was, what she did all her life to him is too late to fix it. And Sasuke and the canon thing's gonna happen, but for Naruto, it's not gonna be Hinata. Like, really, I don't know who's gonna be. I don't want it to be. Actually, I kind of think Ino would be better than a good fit for this. If I really think about it, I can just imagine Naruto changes his name to Sephiroth, and then Sephiroth just helping out at a store. Like, hey, Naruto actually, the whiskers actually are not there no more for him, on his face. So basically though, I can just imagine Sephiroth just being at a store, flower store, just helping out, and basically, I can just see the most funniest things happening there. But yeah, so. That's my little input, but anyways, so after him doing that, he goes back home, and Naruto then sleeps. He's just really tired. Sephiroth told him good job, and also come to your mindscape real quick. So Naruto meets the Nine-Tailed Fox earlier in this one, and yeah, Naruto has a few words with him. Nine-Tails apologizes. Just says it's not, his entire fault. His, the fourth Hokage, sealed inside of him. It's basically, I was not, it wasn't my choice to kid. And he then understands. Like, he asked, though, if he can still view the live stream, just like Sephiroth could. He asked Sephiroth if he could, view the live stream like he did, to see this planet's memories, basically. As Sephiroth says yes, but, it's gonna, you probably can't do it, like, you have to go back into the live stream and do it physically. But, I mean, there should be a way how to. Because why? Because he wants to see, the Nine Tails. What was his life before, everything. And so, Sephiroth says, oh, then I viewed it. You can see it. I viewed everything in your life because I was been watching you, keep an eye, so I viewed the Nine Tails. Go through your memories. As Naruto basically does that, and then he meets, he heard about Kushina, Minato, he, deaf, Nine Tails' his life, and who Kushina is, who's Minato, and then Naruto, and then he realizes he is the fourth Hokage's son. And he's like, you gotta be kidding me. Like, the old Naruto comes back, and he's like, I'm the fourth Hokage's son? And Sephiroth says, yes, you are. Now, go to sleep, kid. He's like, fine. And Naruto falls asleep. So let's just say a couple of days pass. Naruto has been training in the woods. And, Ino saw Naruto. She, follows him, just like, Hinata. But Hinata doesn't know Naruto changed. So she's been looking for a kid with, spiky yellow hair, blue eyes, and, marks on his face with whiskers. Ino, though, sold by Sakura. And so, and she even met Naruto face to face. Which Sakura, noticed Sakura's been blushing around Naruto, where, she's like, sees him. And she goes, Sakura, you're blushing. And she goes, what do you mean? He goes, do you think Naruto's, cute now? And she goes, no, I don't think that. He's still Naruto. And, but during her head, she has a lot of, she has memories of Naruto always, defending her or, helping her or something, and then she treats him badly. Let's say Naruto's, at a young age, was, protecting Sakura still from, dangerous situations that even almost got him killed as a kid. So, yeah, she didn't realize it, but she might have liked Naruto, but went after Sasuke because of, Sasuke was Sasuke, and that was it. But, always, was the only one out of the girl group that talked to Naruto in the school. So they're, somewhat friends. They got along, but then they also didn't. Yeah, nah, we're making this a, shit. If you guys have a better one, I'll do that. But, hey, may work for this one. If you guys think someone else, then, yeah. So, this is maybe an shit. Okay, anyway. So, Naruto's, walking away, going to the woods, and, followed him. And during the second day, she saw Naruto just working on swordsmanship. Then he says fire, thunder, earth, quake or something. And then barrier, Cura. He basically learned these, knows these spells automatically. He doesn't need the material to do them. That's the best thing. For him, that is. I don't want to have him to have, a whole bunch of materia. And plus also, where he's going to put it on, he doesn't have any gear with materia in it. So it's just best off if I give the spells to him. But have it, he can only do certain spells, but then he has to work on them to master them. So, yeah. So basically, on the second day when Ino's watching him, Naruto says, Ino, you can come out now. And Ino does. So when she comes out, she goes, Naruto, hi. He goes, so, you like what you saw for 2 days? She goes, yeah. I mean, you're vigilant and you're training and all that. He goes, I've always been. Just no one ever notices. She goes, oh. Basically, he puts his sword into the sheath, and he has it lean against a tree. basically he goes over to her. She doesn't know what to do. She's like frozen because well, Naruto is technically shirtless, and he basically is walking forward, and she goes, is he going to hurt me or something? Uh, do something, say something." As he walks right past her, and she looks, and she sees his shirt is over there. So she was like, "Oh, ooh, he's only getting his shirt." So he gets it, puts it on. He was like, "Sorry about that. I mean, you came right around when I just started, right?" She goes, "Yeah, I followed you yesterday, but I didn't follow you today. I, you know, realized you weren't around anywhere, so I came here to see you. I want to ask you some questions." And he goes, "All right, ask me." So she asks him about the whole entire, like, what happened to him, and he explains it. She goes, "Wow," he goes, "Yeah. Also, hey, Booze, you watching me? Come out by orders of who my father is. Come the freak out." And they come out, and they're like, "How do you?" Like, and he just says, "I was in the live stream of the planet, and also, I have someone called, I don't know, Sephiroth, like a being who actually was in another reality slash world altogether. He basically scattered multiple pieces of himself into into the the multiverse, just to find a single person to be his like successor, and his power and or reincarnation or something." And then while basically something happened with, then after basically the like whatever happened to his world, whatever he did, like so Advent Children happened, or while Naruto was like 13, 14, like that happened. He basically brought all the pieces back together to so Naruto regained all his power. So yeah, so he says that Naruto says that he said that, and all right, he goes like, "Also, I found out who my freaking father is." So old Naruto came back, and they're like, who's your father?" He goes, "Kushina is well, I found out who my mother and father is. Kushina was a monkey and Minato Namikaze, the fourth Hokage." And he says, "I'm a little bit ticked off at you, everyone in the village, for how they treated me. But hey, it's whatever. It's fine. Because of this, I got more power than you guys ever imagined, so I'm cool." And then, Naruto, Sephiroth mode, comes back on. He goes like, "Now, go tell the third Hokage." Alright. As, they do. Which, he looks at, Ino, and he says, "Do you mind keeping this a secret from everyone else? I'll be grateful." And she nods, and she goes, "So you're he goes, "Yes. The Nine Tails, though, didn't die." She goes, "Huh?" And he basically tells her what really happened. And she goes, "So that's why you're..." "Yes, actually. I would have actually had decent chakra control. But because of the Nine Tails, I don't really have any. But I am actually grateful for this happening." She goes, "Why?" He goes, "Well, because my father entrusted me with something, and I don't know why. I just feel happy for that." So when him get to talking, she asked if they could train in taijutsu real quick. So they train, and ever since that day before the Chunin exams, they just trained. Like they had like 2 more days left. So yeah. So so the day of the Chunin exams, Naruto brings his sword. He's allowed to during those 2 days Danzo got the papers for Naruto to use his weapon in it, and then the Chunin exam, so no one can ever say anything. So yeah, and so Naruto goes into the Chunin exams. The whole entire we're kind of skipping this part, but the whole entire trying to find figure out it was a Genjutsu thing. Naruto just immediately walked over. He used Mako energy to, you know, dispel the genjutsu for him, and he walks over and says, "Do you mind open up the door, please?" And they do. He also walked over to. I mean, he basically called over Sasuke and Sakura, and that was it. Okay, so next is Rock Lee fight. Sasuke is what's Rock Lee want to fight because it's for Sakura's love, and he accepted it. And Ten is saying they don't know who they're messing with. Ten notices Naruto and the big giant sword with the very long katana basically, and she's like, what the? Can he even wield that? That's like twice his size, or 3 times his size. Then she is curious, but during the fight, Lee can tell Sasuke is not a good opponent. I mean, Sasuke is a good opponent, but it's just he's not into it. He basically he said to Naruto, "You can go," but Naruto says no. He asked for you. You go, and so basically now is Naruto's turn because that's what Lee said. After I face Sasuke, I face you, and that's in an instant. And when Naruto walks over, says, "All right, I won't use my sword then." He throws it to Sasuke, and Sasuke catches it, and he basically, he couldn't he's having trouble even holding it. It's so heavy for him. He's like, "Naruto, how are you able to hold this so well?" He was like, "Oh, remember the superhuman? I mean, remember about what happened to me?" He was like, "Oh, yeah, superhuman strength, Sasuke." He was like, "Oh, okay, how strong are you really?" He goes like, "You don't want to know." Anyways, come at me, Lee. As he gets he's not into a fighting stance. Lee, runs at him and tries to throw a punch. Naruto dodges it, and he just trying to throw a kick afterwards. Naruto dodges it. Basically, Naruto just dodges for a few minutes. He goes like, "You done? Are you really done? Is that all you got?" As Lee says, "No, not even by a long shot." He goes like, as Naruto says, "Alright, I guess I should go on the attack then." And Naruto throwing throwing punches and kicks very easily, hiddenly. It's basically basically the training from Sephiroth. It basically worked into it, and then he's also using his own set of his taijutsu from training. He actually learned how to combine it together with his train with Sephiroth's training, and yeah. So basically, Lee's getting his butt kicked, and he actually able to grab Lee from over his shoulder and then kick him in the side, send him flying into a wall. And he just says, I can't believe it. How strong." He goes like, "I'm holding back, Lee. I can kill you probably easily with one punch with a good connection. A good enough hit to the face. But I don't want to. I don't want to kill you. I don't want you to die. So, please, stop." As he's just walking to Sasuke, he grabs the sword out of Sasuke's hand, and he goes, "Shall we go, Sasuke, Sakura?" As they both nod. And so, Tenzin and Neji has Byakugan activated. He could tell Naruto was not doing any chakra enhancement, and that's kind of crazy. Even Tenten asked Lee, "Are you alright?" He was like, "Yes, I'm fine, but that was simply amazing. His strength, speed, I couldn't even hit him. If only." As he thinks to himself, "Oh, I took off my weights. Maybe I could have changed it." And Guy Sensei was, Guy was watching this, and he was amazed by it. So yeah. Oh yeah, Kakashi was told. Kakashi knew. But yeah. Anyways, so the whole entire rain portion does happen, but instead of Naruto not getting anything, let's say Naruto found a way how to. He actually found a way how to use the illusions and able to see what they see, and so he's able to go have the illusions of him go really fast, and then boom, he sees all the answers, and he chooses which ones that actually are the ones that are correct. he's able to tell which ones are, because, well, Sephiroth viewed everything of life when when he came to the world of Naruto. He came from the very beginning, so yes, he knows everything, but he still wanted to make sure. He didn't, and he wanted to test it out if he could, and so he basically got it all done. He beat his father's record, which was surprising. Sasuke, got the Sharingan because he's been training. Now he got like the 3 Tomoe Sharingan because he's been training with Shinsui, along with Shinsui has been telling him about the Mangekyo that is really dangerous. So yeah. And Shinsui knows about Itachi's plan, and he's been helping, basically Sasuke to achieve this goal. Still to, kill Itachi, but it's also to find out. It's also basically to tell him that he knew. It's just he doesn't want, his brother's plan to go to waste because Itachi, planned this out thoroughly. So, as the younger brother, he's gonna go through with it, no matter what. So yeah, everything happens. People are going out. Everything happens the same. But here's the thing, Naruto does exactly the same thing, and this scene pass. Most people pass. Akuno, yeah, Akuno comes in. Hold on, Akuno comes in the same way. So everything goes to then similar. Akuno is her age in canon, like in the canon Naruto. It's just... No. Akuno's not the same age as canon. She was the girl that, everyone, like, the guys try to kill Naruto. For just becoming friends. So... she did not know Naruto changed, and she did through, kunai at Naruto. Too. Because she thought he wasn't paying attention. But he was able to catch it just between 2 fingers. And he goes, "Really, Akuno? You really think I wouldn't notice what you tried to do?" And then he basically throws the kunai up into the air, and while it's spinning, he does, while it's spinning, downwards, right when it comes, near to his level, he catches it just by, the handle and the grip. And she goes, "Naruto?" And he goes, "The one and only. Here." And he just walks over with the sword in his hand and gives it to her. She goes, "What happened?" He goes, long story short, life energy of the planet, being from a whole entire nerve universe, gave me power. So Hinata now knows this is Naruto, and yeah, she kind of feels, because she saw him with Ino, and she's getting a little bit jealous. Kind of. Also Sakura saw her with Ino, and she got mad, and she didn't understand why. And so, Ino says, "Sorry about that." Not Ino, Akuno says, "Sorry about that." He goes, "No problem. Anyways, you're just doing your job." And Orochimaru says, "Amazing. This boy. I was after Sasuke, but maybe I should be after him too." He'll be quite interesting. And, Sephiroth, Naruto already sees that there's a fake. So, there's not, he can already tell about the people. He got his track and control perfectly good to become a sentry. And, but he can also sense. Sephiroth has, told Naruto about, he can tell how someone really is. Even if they're hiding it just by looking at them. So Naruto can tell, who Orochimaru is. And he basically tells everyone to get... No. Basically, he's going to keep an eye on him. No. Let's just say this. All of a sudden, Orochimaru sees 3 different, Narutos. All of them holding, there's 3 swords holding it to their necks. As everyone sees it. And Naruto says, as one illusion says, Nice try, whoever you are. It doesn't even look like you're a Genin. You know, but like, yeah, so that, as one guy says, boss, it looks like it covers blown by this brat. And then Orochimaru says, yes, it looks like it. And then basically, he takes off, like, the mask, and Akino says, no way. As Naruto just does a smile, he's just, like, staring. He goes, huh, who are you? He says, I am Orochimaru. And Yu goes, like, I mean, he knows, like, who Naruto is, but he just wants to, make sure this is him. But he goes, no, he says, I already know who you are, Naruto Uzumaki. He's like, oh, interesting. Alright. So why are you here? He says, for someone to give a gift. He was like, oh, really? Would it be the Uchiha? The Uchiha eyes you're after? Which Orochimaru kind of grins at this. And he goes, yes, but it seems like I will also give the gift to someone else. So the guys, jump forward, about to attack, no, they, try to hit the illusions and then, like, run forward, but when their fists go through, they realize it's just illusions. So they, run forward and try to, attack Naruto and everyone else in the area. Everyone's screaming, while Naruto, he simply just disappears really quickly. And both of those guys are dead in seconds. And he just says, is that your best man? That was pathetic, As Orochimaru is, just claps. He goes, wow, your speed can outmatch anyone here. Alright, I see when I'm outclassed. Basically he says. He's like, but I have a feeling I won't be able to give anyone the gift. So while he's talking, a snake is, like, slithering down. He's slithering down into the ground, and, well, it goes all the way through. So Orochimaru says, so I'll be on my way. And, it comes out, it bites Sasuke on the neck, and, the whole entire curse mark thing happens, for Sasuke. And, Akino says, no, basically. And, Orochimaru leaves, with saying to himself, that boy's gonna be quite, troublesome for me. And then Orochimaru sneezes. He's like, huh, feels like someone said my line. But anyways, but then Orochimaru thinks, maybe I should just have Sasuke try to see if he's, I should get a new body, look for someone else, look for someone else, or try to not go for the immortality route no more. He doesn't know why, he just has a feeling he should. But so, Orochimaru, basically kind of just, gets out of there. Sasuke's in pain, Kurama, Ninetales told Naruto to go over to him, and then Naruto basically says, what now? He goes, put your hand on it and let me pour my chakra into your hand to, get the curse mark. Stop hurting him and such. And they do. Like, Sasuke's not in no pain. He's able to, basically Kurama says he's able to now, like, not use his chakra all the way without the curse mark activating. But because what I did, I also tried to change it a little bit too. So that way he can use the curse mark now with limited chakra drainage. So yeah, also that's it. Like, that's all he says, and he tells Sasuke that. He says, thanks, Naruto. So everything happens in the Chunin's, everything happens in the Forest of Death similar, but without the whole entire Sasuke getting bitten. Naruto does, walk away. He kind of just goes on his own, just be alone, because he says he wants to test out his power by himself. He's sorry to them, but, Sasuke understands. So, yeah, so he goes, and let's just say, Naruto made something transform to be, like, to pretend it's a scroll. And so, the, people come after Naruto. They say, get the scroll! And everything. And Naruto just smirks and goes, come, witness true despair. As then you just hear screaming. Sakura and Sasuke heard it, And they probably said, that's Naruto's doing. And, Sasuke looks at Sakura. I was like, so, I've been noticing you've been staring at Sasuke. No, I mean, not Sasuke. I've been noticing you've been staring at Naruto recently, Sakura. She goes, no, I haven't. And he goes, really? She goes, yeah, I have not been staring at Naruto. He goes, alright. So basically, after a couple hours of them walking, Naruto, catches up to them and he says, too easy. Here, got one of their scrolls. And so, they're surprised by this. The whole entire, Sakura does get her, Naruto says to Sakura, may look better without your hair, being so long. She goes, why? And he explains what could happen. And she goes like, oh, alright. And she, asks Naruto to cut it, which he does. And so, after walking, the sound ninjas do come out. Well, don't really, the sound ninjas do come out to fight them. But Naruto casts a barrier on everyone. And then he, shoots fire at them, and then thunder, and then basically earth attack, and then Blizza, which surprises them, and then basically he's able to make the illusions, so that they're having a hard time telling which one's real. Sasuke goes in and breaks the guy's arms again, like in canon, and the girl just sees Naruto and he just says, I do not want to hit a girl, so please surrender. She does. She just does. The guy with the arm that makes the illusions, with the genjutsu, he doesn't do anything. He can't do nothing. So, they leave. They retreat. And then, they get to the whole entire compound, for the next part of the Chunin exams. And it's pretty early. It's it's right around the same time Gara gets there. So, yeah. Anyways, that's just where I'm going to end it, because I'm going to have to upload it, then I have to make the next Issei What If. And then I'll be making the Rinakumura. Alright, so I'm gonna make the Issei one tonight around 6 to 7. Alright, everyone. And then I'll be watching the Rinakumura, and then I'll make it, and then I'm gonna try to get some sleep. Alright. Bye everyone. You guys have a nice day, night, wherever you are. Bye.